Guy, what did he do? He asked ChatGPT for advice on his groin, and ChatGPT gave him bad advice, and he ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, and it is opening a whole investigation about ChatGPT's new health-focused tool called ChatGPTHealth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to see how this works right now.
AI means artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence taking over?
Yes, like artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. It's possible.
Most advanced artificial intelligence in existence.
I feel like this should go right in the case file for this judge on whether or not he decides to halt the progress of ChatGPT Health or not. But my inspiration for this came because I feel like my parents made me a hypochondriac. Whenever I was a kid, there were some things that happened where it was like, days later, they were finally like, maybe we should take you to the doctor.
Okay.
And so now I don't play with that at all. I the tiniest thing happens. I'm like, I need to go to the doctor. Like, what if this is something serious? And then I waste my copay on that. So I gave some of these scenarios, some of the times that my parents didn't take me to the doctor until it was too late.
Okay.
And times that I wasted my copay to see what ChatGPT would say.
Okay.
So one of these instances was I had severe back pain for over a year growing up. Never got taken to a doctor. And ChatGPT was like, definitely, this should have seen a doctor.
What was the result after a year? And then whenever you finally went to the doctor?
I ended up having spinal fractures that healed incorrectly.
So you had a broken back. All right.
So ChatGPT would have been helpful there. A time that I feel like I wasted my copay was I got into a fender bender and my neck hurt afterwards. And I was like, let me go to the doctor, make sure it's okay. And I just totally wasted my copay on that. But ChatGPT is like, you should definitely see a doctor the same day. So I don't necessarily agree with that one.
Okay.
All right. A time that my parents, I think, should have taken me to the doctor faster was whenever I was in dance class. I heard a pop in my ankle.
Yeah.
I felt pain, but then I kept dancing, drove home fine. And so my parents were like, no reason to go to the doctor. I'm like, I don't know. It turned out my ankle was broken. So I definitely needed to see a doctor. Should have been immediately.
What would ChatGPT have told you to do?
It says same thing. It should have been evaluated that same day.
Okay.
But finally, a time that I definitely wasted my copay. I was leaving work one day, was in a hurry, and I ended up opening my trunk and closing it right on my head. And I was like, I kind of feel a little dizzy, but I think I was just anxious because I had hit my trunk on my head.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Went to the doctor the next day, and ChatGPT was like, oh my God, you should have been evaluated that day. And I'm like, no, babe, I wasted my copay.
But what if you would have had a concussion or a brain bleed or something?
Well, I mean, they didn't even really run any tests on me at the urgent care that I went to.
Oh, wait, did you have no symptoms by the next day?
I think just anxiety.
All right, so what was that, 1 out of 3 ChatGPT was helpful for?
It sounds like ChatGPT may have learned from its mistakes, and now it's just always going to send you to the doctor. ChatGPT is a hypochondriac now.
ChatGPT should be called ChatCYA. We were testing out ChatGPT and its health advice, which is, we don't recommend you do that. It's a bad idea. ChatGPT even tells you, I am not supposed to give you health advice. I'm not supposed to make a diagnosis.
But they're working on something called ChatGPT Health, and I'm a little nervous about it.
What makes me nervous about it is, you know how smart ChatGPT is. I think ChatGPT is going to be able to figure out the last thing kind of like that. What was it? WebMD. People hated WebMD because you'd put in your symptoms and it's like,
you're going to die tomorrow.
Surely I have 30 days to live.
Yeah.
So I think ChatGPT is like, people don't like that. They don't use WebMD anymore. We're going to just tone it down a little bit. So, and I think that I think we might have figured out that was sort of what was happening with ChatGPT. But Jesse's here. What do you want to say, Jesse?
So I've had every job under the sun. So when I was an EMT, Allison just said she hit her head. So they always told us, hey, there's this thing when people come in, if they have a brain bleed or a head injury, a lot of times they just think it's worse than what it is, but a lot of times they have a blown pupil. And that's when you really can tell. So, they let me work the front desk, triage. This woman comes up. She's like, yeah, I hit my head. It was textbook, dude. I looked up at her, and one pupil was blown. I was like, oh, I could really tell what it was. They rushed her to the back. She had to fly out in a helicopter and everything. She had a brain aneurysm that busted. I mean, she's like, my head hurts. And it was you could tell. It was like, what's the matter? One eye was huge. because that pupil was blown.
And
I was like, oh my gosh.
That's why we need real people and not ChatGPT, because I think that's exactly what the ER doctor or urgent care doctor looked for me, was to check my eyes. And he was like, you seem fine. If anything else happens, follow up on it. Whereas you were able to see right away, hey, this lady needs help.
Oh, it blew my mind. I didn't think it was like, the book said it. They'll have a blown pupil. It looks like this. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, it's real.
Thank you for the call, Jesse. Jesse saved a life.
Yeah.
Right there in a lot of ways.
Adam and Allison in the morning.